Chapter 8. Diseases. Warm-up. A particular abnormal condition that negatively affects the structure or function of body parts or all of an organism is known as a disease. A disease is not due to any external injury. Diseases are often taken as medical conditions that are associated with specific symptoms and signs. A disease may be caused by external factors such as pathogens or by internal dysfunctions. Primary disease. A primary disease is due to a root cause of illness, as opposed to secondary disease, which is a complication that is caused by the primary disease. For example, a common cold is a primary disease, where rhinitis is a possible secondary disease. A doctor determines what primary disease, a cold or a bacterial infection, is causing a patient's secondary rhinitis. The doctor needs to know it for deciding whether or not to prescribe antibiotics. Secondary disease. A secondary disease is the complication of a prior causal disease, which we know as the primary disease. It may be said as the underlying cause, root cause. A primary viral infection weakens the immune system and could lead to a secondary bacterial infection. Similarly, a primary burn that creates an open wound could provide an entry point for bacteria. This leads to a secondary bacterial infection. Illness. The term illness is occasionally used to point specifically to the patient's personal experience of disease. It is possible for a person to have a disease without being ill and to be ill without being diseased. A person feels sick as a result of embarrassment and interprets those feelings as sickness rather than normal emotions. Symptoms of illness are often not directly the result of infection, but a collection of evolved responses. Disorder. A disorder is the functional abnormality. Medical disorders can be categorized into mental disorders, physical disorders, genetic disorders, emotional and behavioral disorders, and functional disorders. Fact to know. In mental health, the term mental disorder is used as a way of acknowledging the complex interaction of biological, social, and psychological factors in psychiatric conditions. However, the term disorder is also used in many other areas of medicine, primarily to identify physical disorders that are not caused by infectious organisms such as metabolic disorders. Medical condition. A medical condition is a broad term. This includes all diseases, disorders, or non-pathologic conditions that normally receives medical treatment. Fact to know. Some health insurance policies also define a medical condition such as any illness, injury, or disease except for psychiatric illnesses. Morbidity. Morbidity is a disease state, disability, or poor health due to any cause. The term may be used to refer to the existence of any form of disease, or to the degree that the health condition affects the patient. Communicable diseases. Disease caused by microorganisms when an infected person comes in contact with another person is called communicable disease. Communicable diseases are also known as infectious diseases or transmissible diseases because they transmit from an infected person to a non-infected person. Causes of communicable diseases. Communicable diseases are caused by different kinds of germs. The chances of a person getting ill depend upon the number of germs entering her or his body and the body's resisting power against the disease-causing germs. Just entry of germs into the body does not cause any disease. Germs need suitable conditions such as warmth, moisture, and body's low resisting power to multiply rapidly. Diseases like influenza, malaria, diphtheria, cholera, typhoid, etc. are communicable diseases. The germs of these diseases are transferred by air, water, and food or through an insect like houseflies and mosquitoes or by physical contact with an infected person. Diseases spread by mosquitoes. Malaria is transmitted through the bite of an infected Anopheles mosquito. When a mosquito bites a person with malaria, it sucks up germs along with the blood. These germs grow in the body of mosquito in 7 to 10 days. This period is known as incubation period. Infected mosquito carries the Plasmodium parasite. When this mosquito bites a healthy person, the parasite enters into the bloodstream of the person. The other person too gets infected. This is how malaria spreads. Other diseases transmitted by mosquitoes include dengue, chikungunya, and yellow fever. Fact to know: the Plasmodium parasite, protozoa, that causes malaria is a single-celled parasite that multiplies in red blood cells of humans as well as in the mosquito's intestine. The average mosquito lifespan is less than 2 months. Males usually live for 10 days or less, and females can live around 6 to 8 weeks under ideal conditions. Control of malaria. Malaria can be controlled easily. Following are the steps to control malaria. Stagnant water is a breeding ground for mosquitoes, so water should not be allowed to collect near the house. Using a mosquito net at night for sleeping protects from mosquitoes. Wearing long pants and sleeves reduces the chances of getting infected. Spraying insecticides like DDT in and around the house. Using anti-malaria drugs like chloroquine. Since malaria is contagious, the infected person should be kept in isolation. Diseases spread by houseflies. Dysentery. Children need the immediate attention of doctor in case of dysentery. In this disease, patient typically experiences mild to severe abdominal pain or stomach cramps. Untreated dysentery can be dangerous, especially if the infected person cannot replace lost fluids fast enough. It is most important to replace the fluids lost from diarrhea. To make up for this loss of fluids and water, ORS, oral rehydration solution, is given at regular interval of time. ORS can be easily prepared at home. Ingredients include 6 teaspoons of sugar, half teaspoon of salt, and 1 liter of clean drinking or boiled water, and then cooled. Mix the dry ingredients and then 1 liter of clean drinking water. Stir well and give to the patient at short intervals. Patient may be then taken to consult a doctor. Some of other diseases transmitted by flies include hepatitis, cholera, typhoid. Diseases caused by microorganisms. Many diseases are caused by germs which include bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and viruses. These germs are too tiny to be seen by the naked eyes. These are called microorganisms or microbes. The study of microorganisms is called microbiology. Microorganisms are present in air, water, soil, in hot spring, and even in our body. Some microbes cause diseases that are transmitted from one person or animal to other. Diseases caused by virus are flu, influenza, common cold, measles, mumps, German measles, rubella, smallpox, cowpox, chickenpox, rabies, etc. Diseases caused by bacteria are cholera, tuberculosis, TB, septicemia, blood poisoning, anthrax, etc. Diseases caused by protozoa are malaria, sleeping sickness, dysentery, etc. Diseases caused by fungi are athlete's foot, ringworm. Diseases and prevention. Several diseases are transmitted through direct contact with infected person such as measles, conjunctivitis, chickenpox, etc. These diseases can be stopped by avoiding contact with infected person, by avoiding touching or using anything used by infected person such as towel, brush, etc. Diseases like tuberculosis, common cold, whooping cough, etc. are spread through air. Airborne diseases can be prevented if a person suffering from disease covers his mouth when he coughs or sneezes, and avoids spitting in public places. There are certain diseases which are caused through infected food and water. They are diarrhea, jaundice, cholera, typhoid, etc. These diseases can be prevented if we adopt healthy habits such as washing hands before and after eating, washing hands with soap after using of toilet, drinking boiled or filtered water. Keep good health. To keep good health, follow these steps. First, eat balanced diet. Balanced diet keeps the body healthy, and healthy body is the best prevention against disease. Second, avoid eating food kept open for long time as germs start growing on it and make food unfit for consumption. Third, never dispose of or litter garbage around water sources as they become breeding ground for insects like mosquitoes and houseflies. These insects transmit disease to people and animals. Fourth, trimming nails is good as dirt under the nails may contain germs which may get transferred while eating or cooking or serving food. Maintain personal hygiene. Fifth, avoid using personal items of infected person such as bed sheets, towels, clothes, etc. Sixth, exercise on regular basis makes our body strong and healthy. Seventh, take adequate sleep as it refreshes the body. Eighth, spray insecticides in stagnant water sources. Ninth, getting vaccinated is an effective method of preventing communicable disease. Points to remember. A disease may be caused by external factors such as pathogens or by internal dysfunctions. A common cold is a primary disease where rhinitis is a possible secondary disease. It is possible for a person to have a disease without being ill and to be ill without being diseased. Symptoms of illness are often not directly the result of infection, but a collection of evolved responses. A disorder is the functional abnormality. A medical condition includes all diseases, disorders, or non-pathologic conditions that normally receives medical treatment. Morbidity is a disease state, disability, or poor health due to any cause. There are certain diseases which are caused through infected food and water. Exercise.